and this is something I've always had a very strong view on that I think has been basically verified empirically, which is it makes no sense to try to optimize Bitcoin as a payment rail because Bitcoin is a terrible payment rail. If you're trying to build a really good payment rail, you don't send every transaction to 100,000 nodes in duplicate. That's totally inefficient and unnecessary for a coffee purchase. Basically, Bitcoin is obsolete technology that was not optimal from the start for any given thing. It's not good tech in this if you're evaluating it from an efficiency perspective, but that's also a selling point. Basically, its stability and its obsolescence and its basically stability at the protocol level, at the governance level, and at the code level is its selling point. And so we will have other protocols that arise, that continue to arise, that are optimizing as a payment rail. They're much, much, much more efficient by construction than Bitcoin in every way, including the ledger itself. Like, I don't know if blockchains are optimal, right? We're gonna have other types of distributed ledgers that may be better, but none of that matters to Bitcoin because you can get all of those features and functionality on other layers. So we have Lightning Network, whether or not that ends up being the winning kind of protocol. What's happening now, the big theme trend, and this isn't new, but now for the first time ever, we're really seeing it start to get implemented in practice, is interoperability across chain. This is an old idea. In 2017, you had the first ever atomic swaps on mainnets. So Decred, Litecoin, Bitcoin did atomic swaps across them. And an atomic swap, for listeners who may not be aware, is a cryptographic signature on two chains or more that with no intermediate or third party enables a transferring of value across blockchains. In 2017, they were proven to be doable, but the UX was terrible. They're very hard to implement. So now we're entering a world where we have layer zeros like Polkadot launching that will enable connectivity across many layer ones.
What do you mean by layer zero? Just to explain to people.
Yeah, so I'm probably not the person to give the textbook definition on this, but Ethereum and Bitcoin are layer ones, where you have the actual blockchain and network that is supporting the transactions and the communication. With a layer zero, the idea is that that layer is not meant to be the payment rail the way Bitcoin layer one is. It's meant to hold the blockchains, to coordinate communication between the blockchains that will actually support those transactions. So the layer zero is explicitly meant only as a ultimate settlement layer.
Yeah, okay.
So that's one possible way to get interoperability, but there's many others. So we're getting scaling via things like plasma chains, state channels, and other types of side chains. We're getting other types of bridges between, some of them are consensus type bridges. So for example, there's a layer 2 on Ethereum called Matic that is its own blockchain and consensus layer and basically says, we're going to be a faster, less secure Ethereum for things like games, and then we'll settle to the Ethereum network. The point of all this is just to say, we have to separate the protocol from the asset. So Bitcoin, the asset today, is transferable across every other blockchain. And we see that in practice. So wrapped Bitcoin trade on Ethereum every day. There's something like $5 billion of Bitcoin on the Ethereum network.